Hello, welcome to the Two Chicks Homestead Podcast. We are the Two Chicks. Yay!
Hi, I'm Nate.
And I'm Erin, and we talk about homesteading and living on a small piece of land.
All right, everyone, welcome to episode 47.
Yep, first one of 2023.
Yep, new year, new plans, new goals.
Yep. So, thanks for coming back after our week break. All of a sudden, it just seemed like a lot.
Yep.
In between the holidays, and we never got around to figuring out what we were doing, even though we said we were going to talk about homeschooling, but we're still not going to talk about homeschooling.
No.
So that is the last time we'll ever tell you what the next week is about, because we don't do that very well.
we had our mindset on that, and we decided to change our mind. So that another homeschooling episode will be forthcoming.
Yes.
When we get there.
Yeah. Just like homeschooling happens. It'll happen when it happens.
Exactly. So we wanted to start off this year and kind of go over some of our goals for the year.
Yep.
And we want you guys to hold us accountable. So we're going to throw some stuff out there, and that's why we're doing this, so we get held accountable to hit our goals.
Yep. So if you're in our Telegram group, you're free to yell at us in 6 months when we haven't been doing this stuff, and anybody else who wants to throw out what they're doing. I know it's kind of going all over the different podcasts of goals and whatnot.
Yep. Well, I know I threw one out. We were watching one of Toolman Tim's live streams, and he was doing his goals, and I threw one out where I want to get at least 50 rabbits in the freezer this year.
Yeah.
That's going to be a pretty big goal.
4 down.
6.
Almost. 6. All right, so
we have 6 out there currently.
So now we only need 44
more.
Yeah. We're doing pretty good.
Exactly.
We're ahead of the game.
Exactly. So, if we do that right, we're looking at maybe 200 to 250 pounds of meat, which will definitely help. I mean, that's essentially a hog. Yeah. You really look at it.
Yeah, and we don't breed the rabbits to only eat the rabbits. Like, we've got a freezer full of a bunch of other stuff. It's just a variety.
Right, yeah. We have a lot of chicken, a lot of pork. We still buy meat every once in a while at the store, but
sometimes
it's not nearly as often.
Steak.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want a steak.
A lot of it's sausages and hot dogs and stuff like that.
Yes. I mean, so anybody who raises kids and does anything that they want to, like, show that their kids are being raised in this lifestyle. I mean, we homestead and grow our own meat. Mm-hmm. We process our own meat. We do all these amazing things, and my 6-year-old still wants store-bought sausages.
Yep. And they have to have cheese in it.
With the cheese, yes. The brats with cheese. And that's just one of those things. I mean, we'll have an array of meat, and she still wants the dino nuggets.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, we did that this weekend. We did pork belly bites.
Dino nuggets.
Anybody who's in the Telegram group saw that we made pork belly bites.
Yes.
Well, what does a 6-year-old want? Dino nuggets.
Dino nuggets, yes. And apparently we say those different. So, yeah. So it happens.
Yep.
So we still buy
random stuff.
Yeah. I mean, store-bought, processed
It is
stuff.
what it is. I'm not going to fight the kids over the stuff. Mm-hmm. But
that just means there's more for us.
Exactly. But they do like the rabbits.
Yes.
That is one thing they eat on a more consistent basis.
Yeah.
Definitely the oldest. Like, she
eats anything.
Yeah. She's never had a problem mowing through some of this food.
Yeah.
But she specifically likes the rabbits when we have that. Mm-hmm. She likes taking care of them. She likes knowing where it came from. She was involved in it. Like, she's not really involved in hunting or, the fishing aspect of it. Anytime we did the fish last year, yeah. I think. Excuse me. And then, she just kind of helps out and learns stuff.
Yep.
She was interested in the chickens, but didn't help with that.
So, moving on. Mm-hmm. A local, garden produce place. Last year she held quite a few, gardening this is not coming out right, but come learn how to garden, this specific aspect of gardening. She started a group this year that you pay for the year, and she's going to post, everything she's doing. Like, okay, I'm ordering seeds. These are what I'm ordering. Now I'm starting seeds. And you can ask questions about, why this certain plant isn't growing. And I joined because I feel like I can garden well, but now I need to, like, pinpoint some of my issues.
Right, and you already got one of those issues.
And I already got one of those issues taken care of.
Yeah.
Is I've ordered seeds from one company forever, and I never get a lot of tomatoes, and it just didn't even, like, come together that... Because it was always different varieties, but just from the same place. And she even said, that place is known for not doing well with tomatoes. Try this place. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm hoping we get some tomatoes.
Yeah, I'm excited to focus on, fixing these little problems that really aren't problems, but it would be kind of nice to still do the same kind of work and have more production. Right.
It would be nice to have the variety.
Yeah.
Because, we're really good at growing, like, cherry tomatoes.
Yes.
And but full-size tomatoes.
Full-size tomatoes, nope. I just don't do. I think we had, one BLT, in the summer because I didn't have that many tomatoes.
Yeah. Well, we always have a lot of green tomatoes, fried green tomatoes.
Yes, I love, yeah, well.
Because nothing ever...
It never...
does good enough to turn red.
Yeah. And I even... made a decision last year that I wasn't going to make sauce because that just stresses me out. I have to save, like, tomatoes all summer in the freezer to finally have enough to make sauce when I'd rather just eat a fresh tomato.
Right.
And
whatever
buy
the kids
sauce
don't
from
eat.
Costco. Yeah.
So, I know one of my big goals this year is going to be doing a little bit better hunting. I know I got the one buck earlier this year. One of the things I'm learning currently, it kind of goes with the hunting aspect. I'm learning how to trap. We have a small line out behind the house, and we're kind of playing around with it, and I'm learning how to do that. But hunting-wise, I need to get with some people who have been in it a lot longer and go hunt with them more. I've only had my hunting license for a couple of years, and I need to get out more with those older guys that have been doing it for 20, 30 years and kind of learn what to do and what not to do. This kind of stems from the other night we were out hunting. I ended up getting a coyote, so it's the first coyote I've ever killed. And then I took a shot at a deer, but it was like 5 or 6 minutes before legal nighttime or legal close of the day. It was probably too dark. We're 99% sure I missed it. We spent 2 hours last night, 2 hours today walking around. We couldn't find any sign of anything on this buck or doe or whatever it was. So I need to kind of rein that in a little bit and not get so jumpy and just take my time so I make an ethical shot and we can actually find it and it doesn't go 2 miles. So that's kind of one of the things I definitely need to work on, is I need to get better at hunting, but I also want to get better at trapping and kind of learn that aspect of it.
I mean, the trapping is hard because it's such a short time, isn't it? Like, shorter than hunting.
Yeah, it goes from November 10th. This year it's November 10th to February 14th.
So it's the same.
It's
amount
about
of time.
the same, yeah. Okay. And you can get anything. I mean, it's open season on a lot of stuff here. The only thing that's not is bobcats. We're no bobcat area in our county in Illinois.
Well, if we catch a bobcat, I'm not letting it go.
Well, we have to.
Really? Even if it's like, yeah. I mean, how do you let it go?
That's why I have that catch pole.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, yes, I bought a catch pole, and that's why I bought the catch pole.
So, yes, we will be letting it go if there's any service FBI listening.
But, yes, there's a lot of stuff like coyote, raccoon, skunks, stuff like that. Those are all fur-bearing animals. And, work on that and also learn how to tan hides.
Yes, we've been talking about that for years.
And I think this is the year. I have a fresh hide from a coyote that I just skinned this morning. He's the coyote from last night, so he's in the freezer. So we're going to try it with that before I start jumping in on the rabbit pelts. Because I think I need to learn on something that's maybe a little bit older than those guys.
Yeah.
Because I've heard the younger rabbits, we have issues keeping the fur on them. Like they're not solid enough fur to keep. So we'll play with it, see how it goes. But I got a really nice pelt from a coyote. So we're going to try and tan that guy. And I need to learn how to skin him.
Yeah.
That's the other thing I need to do. Get better at that.
The other thing is keeping up with the hydroponics. We've been really bad with that lately. Well, I was using it as the space to dry my seeds. So I need to actually put those away so we can get to
right.
stuff.
And a lot with us is, we have this little stuff going on in the house. We just forget to do it.
Yeah.
We're busy doing other stuff. I mean, we're not like 24/7 busy every day, but we're busy enough where it's like, oh,
shoot, we were going to do that this weekend.
Yeah.
Now we didn't.
I mean, I'm glad I remembered to at least get some things cleaned up today.
Yeah.
So it was it's been really busy, but not overly busy.
Yeah. Well, you can't be busy all the time.
Right. It's been a nice, the past couple weekends have been a nice quiet time to hang out. And I think we just get busy with the girls and forget to do other stuff.
Do you have anything else? Or is it
I think that's pretty much it for me. So.
Well, I got a lot more.
All right.
So I want to work on adding more stuff to Etsy. I want to be, and then actually following through with the projects that I have planned for Etsy. Like we've got these projects that are taking a while, and we need to move them to the next step.
Yes,
and we haven't.
Yes. Speaking of which, we need to move forward with those deer legs.
So it's just stuff like that where it's like, I'm going to remember to do that in 2 weeks, and then 3 weeks happens, and it's like, shoot, I can't do it now. So it's just starting and finishing projects is probably a big goal overall.
I would definitely agree with that.
Of just following through what our plans are. But yeah, I need to get more stuff on Etsy because all I've got on there now is just we ran out of the rabbit feet. So
yeah, we have the patches still up there.
Yeah, the patches and the comfrey.
Yep, and then did you get the elderberry up?
I did not. That was another thing. I mean, I freeze dried that elderberry and there it sits in the Mylar bag, just waiting for me.
Oh well.
Yep.
We'll get there.
Yep. I also want to be more consistent with organizing our pantry. I keep buying stuff that I don't think we have, and then I find like a lot of it. And yeah, we need to actually eat the stuff that I get so that I know what we use. So I'm not overbuying or over canning.
Right. And that was one of the things we liked about having that one grocery service. What the heck was that?
Peapod?
Peapod, yeah. Because you used to sit in front of the pantry.
Well, I do that now with Instacart.
Right.
I will admit, I love Instacart.
Yeah.
Because I can spend a week, planning my trip and be like, okay, I'm out of this. I go at it. And stuff like that. And I'm not buying because I'm hungry, because I'm at the store, or skipping a whole section because the kids are driving me crazy and that kind of stuff. So
right.
I love Instacart.
You save money in the long run because you're not throwing out stuff you're not going to eat.
Right.
I noticed that when we were doing Peapod way back when.
Yeah.
I mean, we live in an apartment, and that was the main reason for getting the Peapod in the apartment because we're on the 3rd floor.
Sorry, Peapod.
Yep. So, we're in this apartment complex getting Peapod delivered because neither of us want to go to the store and all this stuff upstairs.
Right. I mean, we were both working full time and, that kind of stuff. And even now, it's like, sometimes I think, God, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and here I'm getting grocery delivered. But it's a pain in the butt going grocery shopping with 2 kids.
Yes.
And it's not like mom's night out, woo, I get to go grocery shopping. I don't want to.
And it's a pain in the butt going grocery shopping by yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I walk into the grocery store, forget it.
Yeah. I mean, we still stop in and get some things, but it's getting 5 things as opposed to
Shopping for the
5
month.
days worth
Yeah.
of stuff is just like, oh my God.
Yeah, if I do it, you're gonna get like mac and cheese and Dino nuggets and
Yeah.
pizza rolls.
Yeah, which I don't mind sometimes. But oh well.
Yeah, that's me. I'd rather come down here and grab some meat out and do that.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, using what we have, we've got freezers, 2 freezers full of amazing meat, and I really just need to figure out better ways to use it. Or just like one night we used the Renegade Butcher spices on shredded chicken, and we had that, and I don't even know what else I made, mashed potatoes or something, and it's like it was delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so simple, and sometimes I overthink. Like, oh my gosh, I had to make a full meal, which really that could just be cut up venison with spices on it. Here you go.
Right, exactly. Or we make the pork belly bites, and that's dinner
For like a week.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, we made a side of a belly,
Yeah.
so it was it's definitely enough. We got extras upstairs.
I had some for breakfast.
There you go. That's a good breakfast.
Yeah.
I must have missed that.
It was after you left.
Yeah.
I had my second breakfast.
Go looking for the deer.
Yeah. Also, ham radio.
Mm-hmm.
I have signed up for my general class. I have not been studying for like a year now,
Yes.
but it was too good to pass up. We live in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
This class is in the town next door, and it's on a weekend. And
Yep. It's a 8 to 5,
nine,
right?
Yeah, 9 to 5.
9 to 5.
Oh my God, my brain is gonna be melted by
That's
the time it's
fine.
done. But it's go. They go over everything. You study everything twice or something, and then you take the test. So, ideally, I'll have my general this month.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if it actually works
I
out
would
that
start now.
way. I need to start now, but it's hard.
Take a break from your book,
I know.
because you're doing really good on the book.
I know, but
Take a
I
break
don't
from
want
the
to.
book. Because I have this very nice radio down here in the
Yes, I
basement
know.
we would like you to play with.
But I have this nice new laptop here. in the
I
basement
know.
That I would like to play with.
Well, you can use the laptop and the radio at the same time, too.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I guess I could do that. So yeah, that's kind of the general homesteading goals,
Yep.
and then just trying to balance it all out. I mean, there's stuff that I've gotten back into that's not homesteading related that now I want to make time for, and it's hard.
Yeah, and I've kind of done the same thing where I need to take a step back on some stuff and think things through and not jump to conclusions right away too.
Yeah.
That's kind of my failure.
My biggest thing is I find something I enjoy and I want to like stop everything else, and that's all I want to do.
You're describing me, you know that, right?
Well, they say that the longer you're married, but you can't, because you
No.
still got to keep doing this stuff.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I was that way when I jumped into ham radio. That was balls to the wall and flew through that.
Yeah, and eventually it will all even out. Luckily, I mean, hopefully by spring when it's like planting season and stuff.
Oh yeah, and then
So
we can go do some parks in the air while the garden's growing.
Yeah, and when I'm waiting, I can be writing my book.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So be fun.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, it's a few goals here and there. So
Yeah.
it's enough.
But yeah, it's I think we were talking about this before, and it was like, yeah, that's all we have. And I was saying, well, I think it kind of shows that we've kind of evened out.
Yes.
We don't have like these huge projects
Right.
that we want to do. We've kind of gotten to where it's like, okay, now we can go back and kind of fine tune some of these things.
Right. And I need to remember to not make huge projects and just let the projects happen as they come.
Yeah.
So like with the rabbitry, I know it kind of drove you nuts over the summer having all those cages out in the yard. There's still cages out in the middle of the yard.
Yeah.
But just being able to get to that and start that whole thing.
But, I mean, that deal was too good to pass up. Like, I
Yeah.
know why they were all out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I spent $40 and I got, what was it, 43, 44 linear feet of
which is a lot.
cages.
Compared to how much we spent on, like, 5 cages.
Yeah.
The first time.
So I got 16 linear feet of cages for $500 from KW Cages. I got 44 linear feet of cages from a closing down mink farm for $43.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, and it worked.
Yeah, exactly. And they sat out there and it took forever to get out there, but once I got going on it, we finished that project pretty quick.
Yeah. And it's working.
Yeah, it's working great so far. We got some nasty storms.
Yeah, this was a good winter to
Yeah.
have them in that building.
Yeah, I mean, we got some 70-mile-an-hour winds a couple weeks back with this apocalypse blizzard that dumped, like an inch?
Yeah. But it was cold. I
Yeah.
mean, it was super cold for us.
Yes. And the land is pretty well drifted over, so we're walking back there still.
Yeah. Well, everybody, I think, was colder than usual this year.
Yeah.
So it was kind of nice knowing that, okay, they're in a building, they're okay, and not...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, their water system froze up, and I just had to give them some bowls, but they did awesome.
Yeah.
So that's normal. I mean, that water system lasted 2 months longer than it did last year.
Yeah.
So I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's out there working right now. And
It
it's
should
January
for a little while,
2nd.
yeah. Because now we're going back up a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to be in the 40s. So should be a good couple weeks for them to, move it up to the upper cages and get used to it. And another month or so, we'll be putting those guys in the freezer.
Yeah.
And I should probably breed the other two, see how it goes with those guys.
Might as well.
So,
but yeah, if anybody had heard that Fireside Freedom, I know Tim had mentioned on his podcast as well, but we're coming up to the last 2 episodes.
Right.
This week and next week will be the last of the episodes. It was just time. It was fun. We really appreciate being able to be involved. We grew a lot doing it with the live streams and just...
It definitely put us out of our comfort zones.
And just kind of making the bond stronger with some of the people that we were on it with.
Yeah, and those friendships are going to last for years.
Yeah. So, it was just time. We were kind of struggling with coming up with things to talk about. Yeah, we were struggling with ours, and then it was like, shoot, now we got to think of this too.
Yeah.
So, it's been fun. We look forward to the next few.
Yep, it'll be Tuesday night this week, and then Tuesday night next week on the 11th.
Yeah, actually, by the time this comes out, it'll be already done. But the next one will be the last one.
Yep, and then it'll be done. It'll be the day before the 1-year mark.
Yeah.
So, can't complain there.
Yeah, everybody's moving on and doing amazing things. And
yep, but it gives us time to focus on our stuff and then grow and maybe bounce back and help some other people out with some stuff.
Yeah.
So, it's been a great project. Sad to see it end, but it's definitely been time.
Yeah. Glad to be involved, though.
So,
all right. You can always find us on Etsy. You can find us on our 2chicks.ittybitty.tips.
Yep. Or you can go to the main website, which is www.twochickshomestead.com.
Yep. And listen to us on Fountain FM.
Yep.
For the Value for Value
podcast.
Listening.
Yep. And then don't forget we got patches for sale.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much about it.
Yeah.
All right. We'll catch you guys next week.
All right. See you on the homestead where something is always growing, eating, or cooking.